A small American town spent years protecting the wrong man until one ordinary woman uncovered a truth that should have destroyed everyone who helped hide it. They found the photo buried in a dusty box behind a church furnace. A girl everyone swore they never saw. Standing beside the man this town had praised for decades. Her smile was forced. He wasn't. Take a moment right now to like this video. Comment, share it with others, and subscribe to Moral Avenue. Together, we can remind the world that silence protects monsters and truth protects the innocent. Maple Glen looked like the kind of town where nothing bad ever happened. Freshly painted porches, 4th of July parades, kids riding bikes without looking over their shoulders. But beneath the polite smiles lived something colder, heavier, and woven into fabric of everyday routine. Our story begins with Jenna Cole, a traveling nurse assigned to the local clinic. She was 32, practical, warm, and carrying her own quiet grief. Her younger sister had disappeared years earlier after a late shift in a different town. The case had gone cold. Jenna never recovered. Working in Maple Glen felt like a chance to reset her life, to stop her mind from replaying the what-ifs that never gave her rest. But on her first day, she noticed something odd. The town's golden hero, Pastor Raymond Holloway, beloved for his charity drives and mentoring programs, walked through the clinic's lobby, and every woman in the room stiffened. Not openly, not obviously, but Jenna recognized the subtle tightening of shoulders, the way eyes darted away. She'd seen it before, too many times. Still no one said a word. Holloway greeted Jenna with a smile that seemed too polished, too rehearsed, like someone performing goodness rather than living it. He shook her hand a moment too long. Jenna pulled away first. During her first week, odd details kept stacking up. Women who would lower their voices whenever certain names came up. Girls who avoided eye contact. Mothers who changed the subject abruptly when Pastor Holloway's charity program was mentioned. Nothing concrete. Nothing reportable. But her instinct, the same instinct that had helped her navigate hard hospital cases, kept whispering, something here is very wrong. And the flaw that set all in motion was the same one that kept this town quiet. Blind trust. Trust in the man they believed could never do wrong. Trust that cost people their voices and their safety. The turning point arrived during a rainy afternoon clinic shift. A teenage girl, maybe 16, came in for a routine exam with bruises. She tried to hide under a sweatshirt. Jenna gently asked what happened. Fell on the stairs, the girl said. Not believable. The pattern didn't match a fall. Before Jenna could ask more, the girl's mother rushed in, flustered, apologizing for being late. And there was on the mother's wrist a bracelet with a small silver dove, the symbol of Pastor Holloway's mentorship group. When the appointment was over, the mother pulled Jenna aside. Her smile was pleasant, but her voice trembled. You're new here, she said quietly. Some things are better left alone. Jenna froze. Better left alone. She'd heard that phrase too many times after her sister disappeared. That night, unable to sleep, she walked through the quiet streets toward the old church where Holloway worked. Light spilled through the basement windows. Voices echoed. Jenna wasn't reckless, but she wasn't passive either. She crept closer, crouching under the window. Inside, Holloway spoke to a group of men, town officials, business owners, and respected faces. We must stay united, he said. The girl is unstable. You know how teenagers distort things. If anyone comes asking questions, you redirect them. This town thrives because we protect what matters. A councilman nodded. Of course. We can't let one girl ruin everything we built. Jenna's blood ran cold. She pressed her hand over her mouth, trying not to gasp. Another man muttered, if she keeps talking, we'll send her to stay with relatives. Somewhere quieter. Then laughter. Calm, casual, horrifying. Jenna backed away, heart racing. She'd stumbled into something bigger than a bruised girl. Something structured, organized. A network of grown men protecting a man they idolized. She spent the next day digging, quietly asking gentle questions during clinic visits, watching reactions, piecing together fragments of stories. She discovered a pattern of girls who'd left town suddenly, families who refused to discuss why. The town wasn't just hiding a man. It was hiding a culture of silence. But the real crack appeared the following week. While doing inventory in the supply room, Jenna found a box of old medical files shoved behind a shelf. Dusty, untouched. Inside were reports from years ago. Unexplained injuries, panic attacks, pregnancy tests requested by girls too young to be requesting them, all linked to the church or Holloway's programs. Yet every report ended the same way. Case closed. No action taken. The signatures belonged to the same men she'd seen in the basement. Jenna's hands shook as she stacked the files. The cruelty wasn't random. It was protected. Her next move put everything at risk. She called the anonymous tip line for out-of-town investigators, leaving details about the bruised girl and the suspicious history. She didn't know that someone from the town council monitored those calls. By evening, Pastor Holloway himself walked into the clinic, smiling warmly as if nothing were wrong. "Jenna," he said softly, "I hear you've been concerned about our young people. We appreciate your dedication, but gossip can cause harm." Her stomach tightened. Then he leaned in just a bit too close. "In Maple Glen, we look out for each other. I hope you'll fit in." She smiled back, steady. "I didn't move here to fit in." For the first time, his smile cracked. That night, as she walked home, she sensed footsteps behind her. Slow, deliberate, someone watching. She kept walking, didn't turn around, didn't show fear. But inside, the tension stretched tighter. Someone didn't want to look in too closely, and someone else was about to break the silence. At dawn, an envelope slid under Jenna's door with no name, no return address. Inside were photos taken years apart, different girls, same forced smile, same man beside them, Pastor Raymond Holloway. And at the bottom of the pile, a photo of her own sister. Jenna dropped to her knees. Her sister had passed through Maple Glen 2 months before she disappeared. Jenna had never known that. No one had ever told her. And in the picture, Holloway's hand rested on her sister's shoulder. A short note inside read, "They lied to all of us. He wasn't supposed to touch her. Your sister tried to expose him. Help us finish what she started." Jenna's grief snapped into purpose. Her fear turned into fire. The anonymous tip she left the day before, it had reached federal investigators. But it had also triggered panic inside the councilman's circle. They began burning documents, shredding files, and calling emergency meetings inside the church basement. Jenna hid near a window again, listening. One man shouted, "If the files surface, we all go down." Holloway snarled, "Find the nurse. She's the only outsider with access. We will take care of this tonight." Karma was coming faster than they expected, because in their panic, they overlooked one thing. The federal investigator assigned to Jenna's tip arrived that same evening. And while the councilman rushed to erase evidence inside the church, the investigators secretly copied everything from their office computer and seized the medical files Jenna had found. But the investigator discovered something else. Something far worse. A hidden roster. Dates. Locations. Names of girls the group had targeted or silenced. The last name on the list, J. Cole. Jenna. As federal agents moved in silently around the perimeter, Jenna walked straight into the church, holding the photo of her sister. She didn't hide, didn't sneak, didn't hesitate. When the councilmen saw her, their panic turned violent. Chairs scraped, footsteps thundered, but before they could reach her, the basement door burst open. Agents swarmed in. Men shouted. Papers flew. Handcuffs clicked. Chaos justice finally collided. Pastor Holloway tried to run, but Jenna blocked the exit. He stared at her, a mask of fury ripping through his calm facade. "You don't understand what you've done," he hissed. She held up her sister's photo. "I finally do." And for the first time, Holloway's expression cracked not with fear, but recognition. He knew exactly who her sister was. Exactly what he'd taken from Jenna. Federal agents dragged him away, screaming. It felt like the entire town inhaled for the first time in decades. But the truth wasn't finished, because in the chaos, an agent pulled Jenna aside. "We found something in the pastor's private files," he said quietly. "Something about your sister." His face paled. "You need to prepare yourself." That night, Maple Glen felt like a different place. Mothers cried with relief. Young women stepped forward with stories they'd been forced to bury. The town's silence finally cracked apart, letting truth spill out after years of suffocation. Jenna stood alone outside the clinic, staring at her sister's photo, knowing she was one step closer to justice, but terrified of the next step. The agent approached again, holding a sealed folder. "We need to talk privately," he said. "Your sister didn't just try to expose him. She discovered something bigger. Something that didn't end with Pastor Holloway." Jenna's breath caught. What did she find? The agent hesitated. "It's not safe to discuss here." As they walked toward the darkened street, a car engine started somewhere in the shadows. Headlights flicked on, aimed directly at them. Jenna felt a chill crawl up her spine. The town had turned on Holloway. But not everyone was finished fighting. Part 2 would reveal the truth her sister died trying to expose. Moral: silence protects the powerful. Courage protects the innocent. If this story shook you, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to Moral Avenue, where we uncover the truth behind the kindness, the cruelty, and the choices that define us. Please take a moment to like this video, share it with friends, subscribe to Moral Avenue, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us continue spreading stories that inspire and heal. Before we end, I have one special request. What would you have done if you found those photos? Thank you for watching Moral Avenue.